Hey guys, what's going on? It's Dan Gheesling and welcome to another Star Citizen opinion video. This video is going to be all about the leaked 2.6 footage that's been popping up on YouTube unbeknownst or unauthorized by CIG. So before we get into that, I want to talk about the process of how an update rolls out. So with a big update like 2.6 that's introducing a lot of new things to Star Citizen, the persistent universe, what typically happens is CIG works on the patch and then they release it when it's ready for testing to a small group called the Evocati. And everyone in the Evocati gets this early test build, but they sign an NDA or a non-disclosure agreement, meaning that they can't post any footage, they can't talk about it, they really can't share anything they experience in that early test run. And after that, so after the Evocati gets it kind of PTU or public test ready, then it starts to go out to waves of different testers. At that point, when it hits the PTU, then people are able to record gameplay, talk about it, share pictures, and do everything. It's kind of a free-for-all. Once the PTU group gets done with it and kind of doing the final Q&A, the final testing, then it gets released to the public, and I guess nothing really changes from that point in terms of what people are able to share. So this leads us to where we are right now. There are a bunch of 2.6 leaked videos on YouTube showing off the different ships in the persistent universe, racing, tours, everything ship related in 2.6 has been explored on YouTube. And the question is why? Why did this happen? And you may say, hey, people are really excited about the game. So is that okay that they do that? They also want to show it to the community. Is that okay that they do that? These people that have shared this footage have titled the videos that they're non-Evocati, so they found a way to hack and download the 2.6 patch and actually play the game in offline mode. That's not a video to promote how to do that or how to figure out how to do that. It's just figuring out, should they be doing this, right? So the question is, so even though they found a way to do this and access 2.6, should they be doing this and should they be releasing videos? Well, I guess it depends on who you ask. So if you were to ask CIG, you may think that they're not going to be thrilled with this situation. And why is that? You know, a lot of people have worked hard on 2.6. You know, hundreds of people have worked hard on this patch, and maybe they don't want to release it until they feel it's ready. Or maybe they don't want to release it until it's on its own terms. You know, we can maybe infer that there is some strategy, whether it's marketing or timing, around releasing the patch. And when other people take that ability away from CIG, the creators, you can assume that they may not be thrilled with it. They haven't issued an official statement that I've seen on it, but let's just assume that's the position that CIG is going to take. Not to mention that CIG has the Evocati sign an NDA for a reason, because they probably don't want an unfinished product or weird looking bugs really exposed to the community if it doesn't have to be. So beyond CIG, what does the community generally think about this? I'm not speaking for the community. I can only go off what I've seen in discussion on Reddit and things like that. And for a very united, which is odd in the internet world, for a fairly united, really united gaming community behind Star Citizen, if you saw the early posts on the 2.6 leak footage, you saw a lot of division and a lot of people saying, hey, they shouldn't be doing this, or a lot of people saying, hey, who cares what they do? You know, we get a chance to see the game. So it's kind of caused a little bit of conflict within the community, or at least some discussion or debate points. So what would the community say? Should they be doing this? I don't know. I don't speak for the community, but I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say about it. And lastly, it would be interesting to get the take on people who create Star Citizen videos and streams and really pour their heart and soul into creating their content, to get their opinion on what they think of the early leaked footage. So that's exactly what I did. I dialed up BoredGamer in Discord. We're having a discussion about this. I said, hey, I want to get your quote for this video. For those of you guys who don't know who BoredGamer is, he does a great job on YouTube covering Star Citizen news and also has some opinion videos. Anytime I'm a little confused on something, I'm like, hey, let me find out what Bored has to say, because Bored gives very factual and relevant information about a lot of things in Star Citizen. So here's what Bored had to say about the following two questions. I asked him, when he saw the non-Evocati leaked footage on YouTube, what was his reaction? He said, I am a content creator and an Evocati member. So he is under A, and he says, so being under NDA is annoying, as I can't partake in elaborating on any leaks or that footage really. The issues that I have with it is it intentionally is grabbing files that aren't ready for the public. Hence why the Evocati exists in the first place, to hammer out all the bugs and help before it goes to the public. So even if it's not an Evocati leak, it is still an intentional grabbing of those files, and they're not supposed to have them. Sorry, I couldn't do that in a British accent. The second question I asked him, I said, do you think that footage should be shared online? He said, no, it shouldn't have been, but it is. And with that being said, everyone is mature enough in the community to choose to watch it or not. I am juxtaposed on whether or not I'd watch the footage if I wasn't an Evocati, but I'm a greedy information boy. Nom nom, more things to see. Bored goes to cap everything off by saying the Evocati in my community is basically being punished because of these leaks we want to tell you about the awesome stuff, but can't. Most of the Evocati are crazy good QA volunteers and work their asses off for that privilege. And it almost undermines their hard work, and people will make judgments based on these leaks, and they might necessarily be fair. That's an interesting take from BoredGamer. He represents a small sliver of the Star Citizen community that's both a content creator and Evocati. So he's kind of in a weird position, but it's cool to hear his opinion. You know, one of the things I didn't really think about until talking to Bored is that we've talked about CIG's response, the potential community response, content creator response, but what about the response of the Evocati? So these hundreds of people that spend a lot of time testing bugs, recreating bugs, and I imagine it's really cool to be able to, you know, experience everything for the first time and ahead of everyone else, but there's also some work involved in it. When they recreate those bugs, they have to communicate all that to CIG, and it's probably not fun having your game crash more often than not because it's in such an early stage. But those people volunteer to do that, and I think he represented the opinion of the Evocati well. You know, all these people are doing all this testing and for free as volunteers so that when it gets to the PTU, people don't experience the same thing they experience with as many bugs, and they have a smoother experience. And so I want to give a shout out to Bored for sharing that opinion, and you guys can understand why I like watching his videos, because it's always very well thought out and highly factual, and the opinions that he gives are really on point. So we've talked about CIG's opinion, the community opinion, content creators' opinion, and now the Evocati opinion. And, you know, I don't really have the answer as to whether or not what is the right move or what is the right thing. This is more of a video about drawing out what you guys feel about this leaked footage that was not authorized by CIG. So now it's your time to sound off. What did you think about the non-Evocati leaked footage? Do you think it should have been posted? Were you jaded at all? Were you excited about it? Let me know if you think that should continue or if that should happen or if CIG should strike to take them down or not. I'm really going to be following the comments on this one because I want to see what you guys feel about this issue that's recently popped up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, clicking the like button helps out a great deal. And a special shout out to BoredGamer for sharing his opinion on late notice. I pinged him at the last second. But if you guys enjoyed this video, we post a new Star Citizen gameplay video every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll see you guys next time.